Hi guys, this is Carolina Varsity's 2015 Week 8 Players of the Game. I'm Dale Ross.
And I'm Matt Marr, the Pep Man. And I went to a couple different games. The first game I went to was Catholic and Olympic. For me, I had two players for Catholic. John Walton, quarterback number 14, managed the offense real well. They're throwing the ball more. I thought he threw some nice passes. Had a nice little tight end pop pass for a touchdown on the goal line. It looks easy, but it's not.
Right.
Also, Angel Marrero, he's a running back, number 33. He caught a nice pass out the backfield for a big gain on their first drive. And they didn't give the ball to Anderson as much as they normally do, and this kid was the reason why he filled in well, ran the ball well, and he was very impressive. For Olympic, I had one kid, Melvin Howard, defensive end, number 88. Looked like he was a leader, trying to get the defense motivated. He played on the defense's left side, and Catholic ran to Olympic's right side a lot.
Right.
So I think he was a big reason why Catholic had to run away from him. So he was very impressive. For the Myers Park Butler game, I have 4 players overall. Dirk, Cureton, number 3 for Butler, played both sides of the ball. Love those two-way players. 6 catches for 112 yards and a touchdown, reported to us by Coach Johnson. I also ran some jet sweeps and things in the offense. And also he was matched up against Myers Park's number 1 receiver, Brandon Adams, and did a good job against him. And obviously Noah Huggins, number 24, defensive back for Butler, had the big pick 6 to seal the game at the end. It was a great job for him. For Myers Park, 2 players. I believe it's Saiq. Hope I'm saying that right. Saiq Patrick, number 30, wide receiver. Plays in the slot. Had a few nice catches to keep drives going. Had 5 catches for 112 yards overall. And from Coach Johnson, once again at Butler, which is very nice of him to say, Ben Norris, number 40, linebacker. And I noticed he came on a couple of blitzes up the middle, untouched. I mean, he was real aggressive. He had multiple tackles. And, he's a big reason why Butler kept running to the edge.
Right.
Because they couldn't run the ball at the middle. And he's also the brother of Clay Norris, the former Myers Park quarterback, who's now at Georgetown. So keep it in the family, keep the pride going.
Exactly.
Great job to all you guys.
Yeah, Coach Johnson also said he hopes that that kid's a senior so he doesn't have to see him again. So those are some pretty high praises when an opponent's coach thinks about you that way.
Definitely.
So I went up to South Iredell to watch the South Iredell Lake Norman game. And from that game, number 22, Tyree, I'm sorry, folks.
Technical issues.
Yeah, let me get back here. So Tyree Hallman, running back, he had 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he caught a big 70-yard touchdown pass.
He's been here before.
Yep, he sure has. And then number 90, Ronald Eckles. This happened about the time I was able to get to the game and get my camera set up, and he recovered a fumble, ran it in 45 yards for a touchdown. And then I wanted to give a shout out to a player. When I see things happen like this, you got to speak about it. So here's a kid, number 20, Dewayne Jayson, 5'6", 157 pounds, probably wet. Okay. He made some of the biggest special team hits I've seen. I actually got a couple of pictures up. I'd like for people to take a look at. It shows how to break down and wrap up, and just fantastic to see kids do that. No, you weren't a player of the game, but you definitely get some special call-outs for that, for those big plays. Who knows, that maybe those were plays of the game.
Good job.
And then for Lake Norman, Hayden Carlson, the quarterback, he was 24 of 44, 354 yards, 3 for 3 TDs, and he rushed for a TD.
Very nice.
His rushing yards were only 10 yards, but he was sacked a lot. But still, he had a pretty good game.
Excellent. Great job, guys. From back to Charlotte here, taking a look. Rasahd Williams at Huugh, running back, 25 carries, 154 yards, and a 59-yard touchdown run in the victory over Mount Creek. Also, Marquil Osborne obviously had the game-clinching interception in overtime to seal the win there.
Yeah.
Phillip Clay, backup quarterback for Rocky River. 10 of 13, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns. Both those touchdowns went to Kendall Lewis for 31 yards and a 97-yard touchdown pass. That's rare. In their 28-7 win over East Meck. Also for Rocky River, Kentrale Groom had a 95-yard pick six for the touchdown against East Meck. So there's some big plays in that game. 97-yard TD pass and a 95-yard pick six. Wow, that's very impressive. Kingsley Ifedi, a frequent visitor, quarterback for Vance, 27 of 43 to 16 yards, 5 touchdowns, and also 51 yards rushing and another touchdown in their win over West Charlotte. His main target, Myles Dorn, 11 catches of 179 yards and 2 touchdowns in that victory also.
Congratulations.
That's awesome for them to get back on track there. Emanuel Wilson, who's been here a couple times, running back from North Mecklenburg, had 151 yards rushing and a touchdown in the victory over Hopewell. Now get this. We've featured defenses before. This is awesome. North Mecklenburg defense. Don Tyrion Bird, Jordan McCormick, and Amor Mason all had pick six touchdowns.
Wow.
That's amazing.
3 pick sixes.
Amazing, yes.
Wow.
According to the Observer, there were more interception return yardage than Hopewell had total offense in the game.
I saw that mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time North Mecklenburg has beaten Hopewell too.
At Hopewell.
Beaten them, period.
Well, they beat them last year 6-0 at their
So
place.
maybe it was at Hopewell.
Yeah.
Okay. Big. That's big.
Oh yeah, that's awesome right there. More defense. Justin Fields, defensive back at West Meck, had 2 interceptions, including a 15-yard pick six in the 27 upset win over South Meck. Defense is ruling the day here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. And I know you got some more there.
Yeah, so I do. So I'm gonna, since we're on defensive kick, I'm gonna jump down here to this one first.
Okay.
So for Marvin Ridge, and Marcus was on with us last week, and so he sent me a few players' names.
Okay.
Chandler Castleberry, defensive player, 8 tackles, 1 INT, and he also ran the ball for 17 yards on 3 rushes. So
Two-way
player.
There it is.
Caleb DeVoe, and I believe he's been on here before, hasn't he? I've heard that name.
Elijah DeVoe was at Christian. He might be, maybe they're related.
Maybe. 21 carries, 205 yards, 2 receptions for 15 yards.
Nice.
And Austin Kulana, 14 of 17, 145 yards, 1 TD, and 2 TDs rushing. So I like to mention people who are presented to me versus having to go out and look for, and that's why those players.
Yeah, we'd love to just have people who give us numbers instead of me conducting hours of research. Which is fine too. Because that research led me to this young man who has been here almost every week. The incredible, amazing Cody Reese.
Oh, yeah.
Mount Pleasant running back.
Well, actually, he was also sent to me. The Forest Hills coach tweeted me Friday night.
Excellent.
So I actually received 2 tweets on him. So they're actually calling out to us.
All right.
I think maybe people are seeing this.
That's awesome. Cody Reese, what'd you do this week? 47 carries, 327 yards. I tell you, man, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, we've got to get a total on his carries for the season.
He's over 1,500 yards already.
And that I'm not surprised at, but he is got to be, he's obviously well over 200 carries. He's got to be up in the 3 to 350 carries so far, because he's had a number of.
Yeah. He also had 3 touchdowns, but they lost. They lost to Forest Hills. So, great effort in a loss, but Cody, we're going to get out there to see you at some point this season.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I got to find the right time, but we're going to see you and we're going to interview you because I want to talk to you because this is just awesome.
Exactly.
Jalen Cagle, running back for A.L. Brown, had 150 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns in their 28-21 victory over J.M. Robinson. For J.M. Robinson, Josh Rutherford, the running back, had 123 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns as well. Great effort by J.M. Robinson in that game, but A.L. Brown keeps trucking.
Exactly. Okay, so from Forest Hills, Zacchaeus Rory, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Quarterback, 14 to 22, 200 yards, 3 passing TDs, 150 yards rushing, and 2 TDs. So,
wow.
350 total yards and accountability of 5 touchdowns.
That's awesome.
In that game against Mount Pleasant.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. MHS always nominates a few people from the northern Piedmont area. Does a great job. Travis Ramseur, Statesville quarterback, a frequent visitor to the players of the game.
Yep.
13 carries, 217 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 217 yards rushing for a quarterback. Good gracious. And a 51-7 win over North Iredell. Very impressive.
Right at 20 yards a carry.
I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
My math ain't
the exact number. But yeah. Wow.
I wanted to shout out the Alexander Central offense. Had a total of 493 yards rushing, almost 500, and a 44-36 win over North Lincoln, led by 3 players, Devon Weiss, Bryson Godfrey, and Landon Hammer. They all had over 100 yards rushing each and multiple touchdowns. Godfrey had 3 TDs, and Weiss had 2 TDs. Hammer had 1. So that's an awesome job. That's a heck of a rushing offense. That triple option they run up there, it's tough to stop. Speaking of triple options, we're going down to South Point, Belmont, Redbone offense. DeAndre King, quarterback, 31 carries for 205 yards and 2 TDs and a 24-14 win over Ashbrook. Very impressive there. And I know you got someone for Gaston County.
Yeah, let me go ahead and throw that one out. So just wanted to mention Mo Neal. Now, his stats from Friday night weren't outstanding. 121 rushing, 128 receiving. That's pretty good. That's right at 250 yards of offense. But he set a county record for points in a career, 566 points. It's a lot of points. And his current record now, he holds the record for total yards from line of scrimmage. So that would be receiving and rushing. And they're currently at 6,299 yards.
Wow.
So
he's been a heck of a player ever since he started there.
Very impressive player, no doubt.
Now you got one more running back.
I got one more guy, Matt Price from he had 255 yards, 255 yards, 4 TDs Friday night. So,
and he plays for Piedmont, and that was in a loss to Sun Valley.
Oh, I'm sorry if I didn't mention that. That's right. Piedmont and Sun Valley playing a big game for first place in that conference.
And I tell you, Piedmont runs that old school offense, man. They got their foot-to-foot splits, that 3-back power eye offense, and they have games where they don't throw it at all, and they love it.
Yeah. Well, you get 255 yards out of your back and 4 TDs. Don't need to do too much more.
And, of course, we got to finish it up like we always do, Mr. Chaz Surratt.
Okay, yeah.
East Lincoln, 22 of 29, 377 yards passing, 4 TDs. And also, that wasn't enough. He had to get 2 rushing TDs also.
Wow.
And that was in a 52-20 homecoming victory over Bunker Hill. Save the best for last.
Save the best for last, exactly. You're on here almost every week. This has turned into the Surratt show. His brother, we didn't get any stats on him, I guess. Huh?
No, I didn't. I did not get stats on his brother, but I know he had at least 4, I believe it was 4 catches for 1 or 2 touchdowns, if I remember correctly.
Well, just figuring he's probably going to roll it over into next year. The Wadowski show last year, the Surratt show this year. Although Cody's
creeping up. He's a co-star.
Exactly. He's at least a co-star. All righty. Well, please contact us. Let us know. You don't have to be a coach. You can be a fan as well. You saw a good player. He doesn't have to be a running back. Doesn't have to be a quarterback. Doesn't have to be a linebacker.
Lineman.
Exactly. Let us know. Thank you.